welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I am soon to be a first-time mum. I'm currently 32 weeks pregnant, and I have been documenting my kind of journey into parenthood really from the very beginning, so please do have a look back if you are new to my channel. As you can see, I've been busy kind of preparing for our imminent arrival, and Channel Mum have got in touch and asked me to create a video on being budget friendly. As we all know, preparing for a new arrival can be rather costly. And who would have thought that someone or some people, so really little people, can cost so much? So here are my top 5 tips on how to prepare for your new bundle of joy in a budget-friendly way. Tip number 1 is to not be precious about labels. It would be wonderful to dress our children in top to toe, Ted Baker, Kurt Geiger, and all those other fancy names. However, we need to be realistic. When you look at the age ranges of each little item that you purchase, they'll either be newborns, so which might last literally a matter of weeks, all the way up to when you're getting into the month ranges, so 0 to 3, 3 to 6 and 6 to 9, where they're going to be lasting approximately 12 weeks. So ask yourself, is it really that important to be dressing your little one in named makes? By all means, make sure you're buying quality items that are sensitive to their skin, are lovely and soft, and obviously look good, because that's also quite key. However, you really can pick up some really good items from places such as Primark, H&M, and even your supermarkets such as Sainsbury's, Asda and Tesco's for a fraction of the cost that you could pick up items in chains and shops such as Ted Baker for literally half the cost, and let's be honest, they're only going to be sick and pooing them anyway. Top tip number 2 is to look on websites such as the Facebook Marketplace, eBay and Gumtree for items. Much like the clothes, babies don't always use certain big ticket items for all that long, so you can pick up things like baby baths, cots, changing tables, even wardrobes for half the cost that they are in the shops, and the baby may have even used it once or twice. There will be certain items that, as we are individuals, so are babies, and they may not like certain things, so they may not even have been used. So be sure to have a look on sites like that, and I'm sure you can pick up a bargain. Number 3 is to speak to family and friends. Now, this isn't to ask for handouts, but purely to express an interest that you are not bothered if items are second-hand. You would be amazed at what people still have up in their lofts. Whether that's a cot from when even you were a little girl, how amazing would that be to have a vintage cot that was yours, all the way down to spare clothes, spare toys, and even things that are bigger, such as bikes that they can use when they're slightly older. So don't be afraid to openly express the fact that you're happy to accept gifts and loans from other people. Tip number 4 is to go sale hunting. Now, make a list of all the items that you think you need, and then keep an eye out for when certain shops or online retailers actually have a sale. Key times for sales, especially for baby items, is in the January sales just after Christmas, and also tends to be in April and August as well, which is a top tip for you. If you use retailers such as Amazon, although there are others, and you put items in your basket, they do also alert you when the price of an item has dropped. Most recently, big retailers such as Babies R Us, who are part of Toys R Us and Mothercare, have had massive baby event sales, and even supermarkets such as Asda quite often have baby clothing sales. So it really is worth kind of hanging out until you can pick up the item that you really want at less money. And tip number 5 is to speak to people who you know who have already had children, as well as research websites to find out actually what it is you need. There are so many items on the market now that you could go crazy buying loads and loads of baby bits, but it doesn't necessarily mean you need them, or what even if your baby would like them. Channel Mum has their own forum, so they have budget-friendly tips in their budget-friendly section, but you can also speak to other mums, most importantly, to find out actually what did they find most useful. Do you really need a swaddling blanket to swaddle, or can you just use any blanket? Do you really need a nappy disposing bin, or can you just put it in a normal bin? These are questions that you can ask people who already are in the know because they've been there before us, and they would be fantastic places to pick up other tips. So head on over to the Channel Mum website and get speaking to some other mums. They are my top 5 tips. If you have any others, please do leave them below because I, amongst other people, would love to hear them. But in the meantime, like I said, head on over to the Channel Mum website, get to know some other mums, pick up some top tips, and I'm sure there'll be some other budget-friendly tips there too. Thanks for listening. Bye!